Hi, honeys. It's Michelle. Today is April 3rd, Friday, 2020. We are at the P.O. Box to pick up mail and packages. Luckily, I had just ordered quite a bit of stuff before everything started, and so I should have some stuff to put in videos for you guys, even if it's stuff that I don't normally do. Like I was thinking of doing my Ipsy boxes and all that kind of stuff because I don't normally do them because they're so overly saturated. There's so many people that do them, but why not? And just give us something fun to think about, beauty and makeup and stuff. I think I have a Nadine West bag, and oh, it looks like my puzzle came. Yay!
Little feet.
Yeah, my puzzle.
Oh.
I've only been waiting 2.5 weeks, right? Or 3 weeks? 2.5 weeks. No?
I don't know. I've been keeping tabs.
Gosh, it's weird how time really just kind of melts together, isn't it? So then I ordered another one. And of course, it said it'd be here in like 2 days, and it's been like a week and a half, I think. Which, I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying, it's finally here. And I'm ready. Salivating over here. I wonder, do you think that people are going to want stuff from like garage sales and thrift stores now? Like, just with the fear of germs and stuff.
With people potentially being in dire straits, I'm presuming that thrift shops and garage sales are going to be become a primary source of clothing and other items.
All right, so now we're on our way to the post office, and then we're going to go get some groceries. It's been 2 weeks since we got groceries. Does it seem like it was 2 weeks ago?
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks, but it just feels like, in some ways it felt like it was a couple of days ago, and in other ways it feels like it was a month ago. And time is just so weird right now, the way it goes by. I just can't.
This is no filler. Every day's the same day. It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah. I would watch the movie, but it'd probably make me cry right now. That's why I think it's funny that so many people are watching, like, I Am Legend and, like, Outbreak and, like, all these movies. Like, aren't you kind of, like, making yourself feel worse? I was waiting for for Brad to get off this business call. And we were waiting kind of all day for the business call to happen so we could leave. And then when the call was over, I don't know, I waited about 20 minutes. And then I went into the office. I'm like, so, when do you want to go? He's like, whenever. When do you want to go? I'm like, right now. I feel like all I do is sit around and wait. It's true. This whole being at home thing, I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting at home waiting for it to be over. And it's like I just start getting like so antsy. So then if there's somewhere to go, if you think I'm an impatient normally, just wait till you see me right now. I like want to get out of the house. I love you, but I want to see somebody other than you. Right? Don't you?
And you said you weren't into key parties.
Yeah, I'm not, but don't you? Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah.
The casino has an empty parking lot. Ouch. Our favorite place to go eat breakfast is closed and empty. By the way, I'm officially tired of my hair, so you'll probably see it up in every video from here on out. When I got my hair cut, and I got all those inches cut off, the lady said, with the kind of haircut you have, you really have to get it cut every 8 weeks. And I thought, well, I'm going to wait 12 weeks. Yeah, but now it's been like 15 weeks, and it looks awful. Like she was not kidding about with the kind of layering that she did. it just doesn't look right if you let it grow out. Like it needs to stay cut. And it looks terrible. Awful. I can't even utter it. I have to whisper it. It looks awful. Do you remember the time? What was that place that we really liked in St. Pete that we used to go to breakfast at? It was like,
Three Birds.
no, the breakfast one.
We did plenty of breakfast at Three Birds.
Where you got those drinks that tasted like a
the
breakfast.
cornflake White Russian.
That place. Do you remember the day we went there and then we went and we walked around at that little outdoor market and like we got this necklace?
Yes.
So when I got this necklace out today, I almost started crying. It's like, I miss those times just going out and spending the morning out of the apartment with my husband. Brad doesn't want me going in anywhere anymore except for where I like have to go. And I have to go to the grocery store with him. We were talking about this, and there's just no way for me to make a list when we have no idea what's in stock. And then when we find out what's in stock, how do I then like tell him what to get to go with it? Because what we're getting is like at least 3 dinners that I can make. And then, well, I'm going to do, when we get home, I'll do a haul of everything I got today just because you're probably as bored as I am and just want to see stuff. So in my purse that I have today, I brought my little purse today. I've got a bunch of recipes that are coming with us. And that way, depending on what they have in stock, I can figure out what to eat from there. I know one of you guys, Miss Kristen, you were saying that you're noticing that yourself and everyone else is getting more creative with the recipes because there's only certain things you can put things together with. And I think I'm going to concentrate on casseroles because I think those are the meals that last the longest and you can kind of put the most stuff in them. So I guess we'll see. And I'm sure after this, there might be new recipes that come out of this that people have come up with during this time. So what have you been eating that you wouldn't normally eat, or that's like something you discovered that you put together that you really liked? Like I have one, I put like a cup of white rice with a slice of cheese, a little bit of butter, and a bunch of salsa. I just mix it all up and I eat it. And Mexican food is like the way to my heart. I love Mexican food. So when I crave it, which is kind of a lot, that's what I've been eating. And it makes me feel better. Oh, I'm getting kind of grouchy about weird stuff. Like some of the bigger people on YouTube, they'll be talking about, I bought all these things at Sephora online and I'm having it shipped to my house. And I think, are you guys doing that? Or it's like things that never would bother me. I'm like, well, la-di-da. Must be nice to be able to just buy a bunch of makeup. And then I'm thinking, well, I don't even want makeup. Why am I getting so cranky about it? But I do. I get like, oh, well. Poor Brad. He's probably going to be in there for like 45 minutes. So I've got my little handkerchief. And I'm going to be putting it over my face when we go into the grocery store. Because now they're saying that we should be doing that too. So I figure, okay, since I'm higher risk, I should probably do it now. I hate the thought of wearing it. Like, I don't care what I look like. I don't care what other people think, especially people I don't know. But the thought of having something over my face is weird. But it looks like I see a bunch of people with masks on. They all look like they're doing fine. Where are they getting these masks, though? These don't look like they're like the blue ones. The blue ones aren't those N95 ones, right? All right, so we just got out of Target. That's where we ended up going. And we went there because Brad wanted to get a soccer ball so that when we go to the park again, he can kind of kick it around, burn off some steam and everything. So I do recommend, if you want to go to a outdoor place, try to go to a soccer park, because it's just so open, and there's not that many people there, at least not the ones around here, and everybody stays pretty far apart, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, and everybody just kind of takes over half a field, and that's theirs, and that's plenty of room.
Yeah, if you don't want to come in contact with people, don't go to a dog park. That's where it looks like everybody's like right next to each other. Anyway, so we got Brad a soccer ball, and then we went grocery shopping. But I don't know. I know I'm hearing that everything's back in stock, but not here. We could not find. Okay, we couldn't find
Toilet paper, paper towels. We found some travel size hand sanitizer, but not normal size or the refill bags.
And they had a limit of 2, so we now are the proud owners of 2 more tiny little hand sanitizers. And what else was out? There was so much stuff that, like, no soup. All they had was, what was it? Beef consomme, which I don't know what that is. If you know what that is, tell me in the comments. You're going to get a gold star. I'll be talking about it more in depth in the video that I'm going to make when we get home. I'm going to film everything that we got and what I'm putting together. But we got enough for 3 meals for dinners, and then some lunch food for the next week. And I was just shocked how much of, like, literally everything there wasn't. Like, the frozen aisles were probably 80% empty, I would say. Just everything was empty.
Except for the vegan food.
The vegan food was there. So if you're vegan, go shopping right now, stock up. You'll be good to go. You'll see if you watch the video, the Target Essentials haul that I'm doing. You'll see what we ended up with and things we couldn't find and that kind of stuff. But it seemed like most people were practicing social distancing, but I did see people that were younger, like teenagers, that, like, weren't. It felt like just trying to get, like, right next to people or something, which irritated me. But otherwise, it seemed like everybody was pretty respectful. It seems like everybody's keeping their small children at home. I didn't see any kids in there.
No.
Not even one. No babies, no small children. So today is Saturday, April 4th, 2020. Brad and I are at the park. He is off playing with his soccer ball, just doing some drills and having some fun. And I've done a couple laps around the soccer field, and now I'm sitting reading a book. It's just very peaceful and quiet. It's very windy out, but I'm in the shade so I don't get burnt. If I look straight ahead, I see like a dad playing soccer with his kids, and then I see Brad playing soccer. I don't see anything else. Like, everybody's far apart here. I haven't seen anybody close together except people that appear to be here together, you know? If I look at the road, like, it doesn't look like there's traffic at all. And then if I look over here, there's a play set, and it says playground closed, and then they've got police tape all around it, see? So I keep hearing the sound of the tape flipping around. But the book I'm reading is really good. I'm reading... I'm here. Sorry, it's so windy. Before She Knew Him by Peter Swanson. And I'm really enjoying it now that I'm actually reading again. Look behind me. Look at this beautiful view. Look at those mountains. So pretty. But it's weird to come out here and it just feels like everything's kind of normal, aside from the fact that people are apart and, well, the fact that I'm sitting right next to a playground and there's not one child in it. Other than that, it feels normal. Okay, it doesn't feel that normal, but it just feels good to get fresh air. And, you know, when I was walking around, I got some sun. This morning, I woke up and I made 2 videos, got one edited and posted. one of them was like a bathing suit video. So Brad took some pictures of me in the bathing suits so I can post those on Instagram. And then I guess that's about it. I made some eggs and we had some waffles. And Brad went out. He went to Walmart first thing this morning and was able to find a package of toilet paper and paper towels. And then he got some cleaner for the counters because we've been having a hard time finding that too. And then he also got, I told him get some shoelaces because I'm making some masks for us. And he said the shoelaces were sold out, but there was bootlaces. So I told him, okay, go ahead and get those. So I'm making some masks for us. Like if I go on Twitter or something, people seem so judgmental of people that go out to a park. And these are the same people, you know, I click on their page and it's like, oh, I live in a nice big house with a gym inside and I've got a nice big backyard I can go run around in. Oh, and I happen to have a pool, so I'm doing all these fun things at home. You try to remember that not everybody has those luxuries. You know, like for Brad and I, we live in a apartment and we live on the second floor, so we can't just run around or do jumping jacks or anything. That'd be really rude to the people below us. The gym is closed at our apartments, so is the pool. We can't even go in there and lay down to sunbathe, like it's locked. The gym that I was going to join obviously is closed. Anywhere you could go to swim is closed. Like if you don't have all these things at your home, there is no way to be active. And where we live, there's really nowhere to walk or anything. And when we did try to do some walks, people were like they have some sidewalks you can walk on, but people don't practice social distancing in the apartment complex. So I really don't want to walk around there. I would rather just, especially, and it's very shaded, which is nice, but when you're just dying to get outside and get some sun, it's not really ideal. And so for us, coming to the park is something that we really love. And I don't see the harm in it. I mean, the closest person to me right now is out playing soccer in a field, and they're probably about 100 feet away. So, yeah, there's no one anywhere else near me. There's some people behind me playing soccer, but they're about 100 feet away as well. So, gosh, can you imagine people forced to have weddings like we had, where it was just a handful of people? Well, good morning. What was that, Marty? So behind you on the balcony, Brad is outside and Marty was just out there with him, and so he's singing now. So I'm gonna work on the jigsaw puzzle, and I thought, why not talk to you guys while I do it? So I know they say you always start with the edges, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. So last night we got home from the park. I made this dinner that was like a shepherd's pie, and I thought it was amazing. Brad thought it was okay, so I guess it was just okay, but I really loved it. Brad had some work to do the rest of the night, and I watched Ozark, and then I attended I guess I'm the same way everybody else is right now. What's keeping me going are like these live feeds like on Instagram or YouTube. Like it's just nice to feel like it doesn't even matter who it is, right? It just feels like interacting with people is nice. So I did some of that for a couple hours last night, and then read and went to sleep. But yeah, one of the ones I went to was like this Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg. They had a drunk karaoke that they were doing, which was really funny. Oh, I've got the window open again, and it's windy, so my hair keeps flying around. So that was kind of a funny thing to fall asleep to. It got my mind off of everything. Then this morning, I woke up and what did I do? I guess I just started doing dishes, and then I made this brunch. I guess it was brunch. Well, I don't know what time it is. What time is it, Brad? 11:30. Well, yeah, so I made brunch, and it was bacon and eggs and some cheese, some croissants. So that was really good. Now I'm drinking some coffee. Coffee. I don't know, there's a bunch of ways to say it. And it's Dunkin' Donuts coffee, of course. That's my thing. Last night, we discovered that our neighbor is building a garden in the apartment complex. I think it's really cool, actually. Now, the logistics of how the whole thing is going to work, I don't know. And I heard him telling somebody that he asked for approval first, but I don't know that the complex knew it was going to be quite so large. So I guess that would be interesting. But I think what a better time to figure out how to grow your own food, because we don't know if something like this is going to happen again, and we don't know. I don't know. Just so many things are a question mark right now. I've even been thinking about that, like, you know, those things where, like, you see people growing tomatoes in a glass or whatever, or I was thinking it might be neat to do one of those kind of things, or just even some kind of something that I could do on the balcony or something small. So that might be kind of a neat thought, a neat idea. I would love that, like especially with tomatoes or what have you, to be able to just go grab some off the balcony when I want to make a sandwich or something. Kind of neat. I'd love to have all the ingredients to make a salad on the balcony, but I don't think that's quite possible. And one of the things that really made me happy was there was some neighbor kids that were asking the guy what he was doing and how he was doing it. And I thought, that's cool. Teaching kids how to grow their own food. That's definitely a good idea. Oh, I was completely overcome with jealousy last night. I was reading my book, and this guy in the book, he went, just because he felt like it, he went to the library, and then he sat down on a couch in the library and read for a little bit. Then he stopped on the way home and got bagels for his wife, and I was so overcome with jealousy. I want to be able to do stuff like that again. I want to be able to just leave the house if I want to. And are you guys feeling like that? Are you feeling overcome with jealousy about if you do see people on TV doing things? Or I have not done a puzzle since I was a small child, and even then it was a little puzzle. I've never done anything like this before, but I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be really fun, and you best bet your butt that I am going to Mod Podge this and throw it on the wall in my office probably when I'm done. I'll be so proud of myself for actually doing because this is a big one too. It's, how many pieces is it? 1,000 pieces. That's something to be proud of if you actually finish it, right? So I had a funny thought last night that I thought you guys would get a kick out of. What is going on with the people that are leading double lives right now? Can you imagine all the drama? Oh my gosh. Like, I don't have any doubts about Brad or anything, but if I did, which I didn't, but if I did, they'd all be gone now because his other family would be missing him and noticing he was gone at this point. It's just funny to think of that kind of stuff. But I bet there is somebody out there going through so much drama right now because of their double life. I just know it. Have you guys ever tried a neti pot before? Like, every morning I wake up and I'm congested. I can't breathe through my nose. My throat hurts, I guess, because my nose has been draining so much all night long. My eyes get real red. Oh, and my bags right here, they are fully packed when I wake up in the morning. And then if I use a neti pot, it all clears away. In fact, now I remember that I didn't use one yet today, or didn't use it yet today. Gosh, it's such a difference though. If you haven't tried it, kind of a big deal. I thought this might be a good time too. I brought this with me today so I could show you. So people are talking about how they're having a hard time finding toilet paper or baby wipes. I've been using these as baby wipes. And these are, they're just those dish towels. I get them at my grocery store. I think you get 5 of them for like $3 or something. They come in different colors. It's nice. I just get these wet and I put my body soap that I use. That's like, what is it? The Dove Sensitive Bar. And I just put it on here and get it all, nice and wet. And I use it, and I like this more than traditional baby wipes now. And then you just wash them. If there's anything on there that you find gross, you can just rinse it off and, with some more soap and, like hand soap and water, and you'll get whatever staining or whatever out. If you're worried about germs or anything like that, you can just wash these by themselves in bleach, and that's it. They're very easy to deal with, and they don't fall apart like baby wipes. So here's another thought that we've been having. What about movie theaters? Will they still be open when everything turns around? Or will they stay open, I guess is what I mean. How will that be? Like, will we just practice social distancing at the movie theater? Will there be like a 6-foot long table between each seat? Or will going to the movie theater be like each person is in their own little pod? You spray it with some kind of disinfectant between each movie? Or will people just not go to the movies anymore and pay for new movies that would normally, like in the past, have been in the theater? Will we just pay to watch them on demand? Or will we just have to go buy the DVD? I don't know. And then if that's the case, will it be one of those situations where when it first comes out, it costs more and then later it's free on Netflix kind of thing? Because they're not going to stop making movies, right? Or are they? Ugh. What do you think, baby?
Oh, movies will always be made. We were playing movies made during the Great Depression.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like the whole social distancing thing. Like, can they make them when?
I think most people are eventually going to get back to not doing that.
Yeah.
I think so. I think people who are inherently paranoid anyway are going to social distance anyway.
Like it'll just give them a reason to be right about what they thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's so weird. Think about all this stuff. What it's all gonna mean. I just feel so bad for like I'm not saying that we're not struggling right now, but I just feel so bad for people who are struggling more than we are. I mean, we do still have income coming in. While I'm not making what I used to, I'm still making some money each week. And I think about, going to the grocery store, how you saw what I was able to get, and most of them were the more expensive items that were left. What do you do when you have a family to feed? You just got laid off. You have $50 to your name. You go to the grocery store and the only food left is the expensive stuff.
Or how about the WIC, the people on WIC or
EBT?
They're going to be less able to get the items that they can purchase with their food stamps than, because everybody else is stocking up and they're going to stock up with the cheaper WIC stuff. So I feel bad for them, particularly like the single parents with a $10 job.
Oh yeah.
And 2 or 3 kids at home.
Oh yeah.
Especially full price out of their pocket, or they have to go without, or three, they gotta spend entire days going to grocery stores and retail stores looking for those items.
Yeah, or like your sister, she's got two boys. How old are they? Trying to
11
think.
and 8 now.
11 and 8. Yeah, that sounds right. They go through, I think I eat a lot. I do not compared to those boys. They're growing boys, right? So they eat so much food. And I'm thinking, like Brad's sister, what would she do if she didn't have income right now? If she just was one of the people that got laid off, it'd be how do you keep up with that? How do you, not only is there a shortage of food at the grocery stores, but then financially, how do you keep up with it? I'm sorry, we just realized one of our nephews is 12. So that would mean the other one was 9.
Yeah.
Not so yeah, they're 12 and 9, but so they're definitely eating a lot of food right now, especially the 12-year-old. And it's just scary. Or the other thing is I keep seeing videos when people are at the grocery store. There's no baby formula or diapers. Those that have hoarded a bunch of it, and by hoarding, I'm saying just even if you go and you take, 6 bags of diapers instead of one, well, there's only 9 on the shelf to begin with. And so then there's a bunch of people that go without, and if everybody does that, then you think, okay, if you can afford 6 bags of diapers, I mean, good on you, because they are not cheap. What about the people that can barely afford one and now they don't have anything to buy? And I know people will just get a different brand, but I don't know, from what I've been seeing on the shelves, there aren't other brands to get. And when you're talking about babies are allergic to a lot of different things. I mean, there's a lot of babies that, I mean, I may not have a kid, but I have a lot of friends that do. And I used to work in a baby room at a daycare. There's a lot of babies that only can use specific brands. They break out in a rash when they use different brands. So then there's that problem. And same with formula. There's a lot of babies that can only take certain formula. And then I've heard a couple of people say, well, they should be breastfeeding. Well, you clearly have never known anybody very well that did it, because not everybody can, not all babies will. Don't judge people. Sorry, I don't know how I got on that tangent, but I wish people would stop judging each other. My gosh, people just decide one day that this is what works, so it's good for me, so it's got to work for everybody. Really? So something I take a lot of comfort in, and I just love it, and I keep looking at, is this artwork I have behind you on the wall. It's the Saturday Evening Post, February 20th, 1960, and it's the cover of that magazine, blown up a little bit, or well, maybe it was that size, I don't know, but so this is it. I just love looking at this. I cannot look at it enough in my life. And then I really like this too. This is, I think my aunt made that, but what this is the inn that my grandparents stayed out on their honeymoon. It's pretty neat. So looking at those, they're just comforting to me. The piece with the inn in it makes me just really look forward to going on vacation again. And then the one below it makes me look forward to throwing, like, eventually getting a house and like throwing parties, or having like that. I think that one was probably like a New Year's Eve party or something in the picture. But just the thought of being able to entertain again, which I know I can't really do from the apartment, but we're gonna get a house. I just know it. Yeah, it's funny. I saw this video where someone was talking about different cameras that you can get for YouTube, and how many hundreds of dollars they are. And I thought, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Do you guys even care about that? That I'm talking to you from my cell phone? Does it bother you that I don't have a fancy camera? Maybe it does, and I just don't know it. I feel like it doesn't really matter, but I'm just curious what you guys think, if that matters or not. Do you guys ever watch me and think, oh, I wish Michelle had a good camera? Why isn't this in 4G? And if you do, that's fine. I'm just curious. if those are thoughts that you guys have when you watch these videos. This is how far I have come with the puzzle so far. So not too terribly far. This is the top corner that I'm working on here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this puzzle some more. I think I'm going to watch that movie, The Rear Window, and I'm going to probably make the chili cheese dogs for dinner. And I'm also going to edit this video probably sooner than later so that I can post it today. I want to be able to post these every 3 or 4 days, and I think it's been 3 or 4 days since the last one. And so I would like to get this out today. If you have anything that you want me to talk about or any questions that you have, let me know. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of figuring out what to talk about, but if there's anything else that you're wanting to know or hear about, let me know, because I wouldn't mind some input. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love you. Bye.